My joke is that I have 5 married boyfriends. And honestly, these married men are very good in bed. They're all in open relationships, I will say.
Oh, okay.
The breath you
God
let out.
damn.
Welcome back to None of My Business. I'm your host, Sophia Benoit, and this is my co-host, Kelsey June Jensen.
Hey.
And today we have maybe the most special guest of all time. So today we were going to have a different guest. And they got in a car accident. And so we said to our producer...
They're okay. They're okay.
They're okay.
Well,
they're fine. Let's be
We're laughing because they're very okay.
They're very fine.
Yeah.
And so we said to our producer, Justin Sayles, please be on our show.
Get in here.
Get in here. And we've been dreaming of this forever.
Oh, since the
Have
day I
you
first
been?
met you.
I've been thinking about what it would look like. I didn't expect this exact scenario.
Okay.
But here we are.
Today you're the guest and the producer, which means that today, in a little bit of a turn of events, you know what's on the cards, even though you're going to be reading.
Yeah.
I want to say that I am simultaneously the most prepared guest you've ever had on the show and the least prepared.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think in a way, yeah.
Because I was not expecting this legitimately 20 minutes ago. I was coming from a different show that I work on.
Mm-hmm.
Were you on the show? Or were you just working on it?
No, I was not on the show.
Okay.
Oh, see,
Okay.
they don't care about you as much as
Wow.
we do.
See? We've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah.
You look like you were ready.
Thank
like
you so
came in
much.
ready for this. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I would have worn a different shirt. I would have shaved. I would have done a lot more.
No, but this is like the real you.
This is the
And
real
this
me.
is what
This is the
they
real
want to see
you.
and hear.
So you know the story today.
I do know the story. Kelsey's
Kelsey's not going to, but we're still going to try to do things as normal. So we are going to have to get into your business.
Can I ask real quick?
You can ask. Yeah.
Who printed these?
Oh,
Oh, that's
so
a
these
credit.
cards, one of our producers, you,
Uh-huh.
used his home printer. If you're listening, please, somebody reimburse
him.
Justin for a home printer. These cards, you guys, and we've actually gotten compliments on the cards.
You've gotten
Multiple
compliments on the
people,
cards?
Eating the cards up.
people say all the time, they're like,
Mhm.
oh, the cards.
the
And I'm
cards are
like,
great.
that's all Justin. It's all
Yeah.
Justin, you guys.
Yeah.
But we have to get into your business before you share Natalie's.
Okay.
What's your...
Yeah, come on.
come on.
What's going on?
Okay, are you in a relationship?
I've been in a relationship now for six
get
and a half years
Oh,
since right before the pandemic.
okay.
Okay.
Um,
Were you living together when the pandemic started?
no, we'd only been dating for like 3 or 4 months.
Oh my God.
Wait,
Yeah.
when? What month? November?
So we started dating in September. I guess like 6 months. We've been dating.
Okay.
Started dating in September,
Okay.
and then COVID hit.
Okay.
And
Wow.
you know, I think that COVID really tested a lot of relationships, or it brought people closer together.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
get
And in
it.
my situation, I was fortunate to be in the latter camp.
I'm really happy.
It's great.
you.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Dave and I didn't fight in the pandemic from when it lockdown started until we got a dog July 1st. And then I think the first fight we had was July 6th.
Was
And
that the one I was there for? Or no, because I was
Maybe.
gone.
maybe, I don't know,
No,
but there was
okay.
like one, it's as soon as we got a dog, it was like
Yeah.
everything changed.
You were there for a fight.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. And I had
and it-
I spent so much money and ordered like so many burgers from Jack in the Box, and then they got into the worst fight I've ever seen. It wasn't really that bad, but it was
of ours for
of theirs,
sure.
yes.
Like
They
it's one of
were-
maybe
they were-
the top 2 fights we've ever had.
it was bad. And I remember just like I was holding like a thing of chili fries and a big burger, and I was like, "Ugh, I guess I'm not gonna be eating these.
And you threw them away.
I
and
did,
and I
yeah.
tried to make you get it out of the trash.
No. Yeah.
Do you share your business with other people?
Yeah.
I try to be honest about this. I try to be honest with myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
You do.
I
Okay.
got a little bit of a big mouth.
That's great.
I really do.
Do you think that that's the Northeasterner in you? I feel like the honesty, I'm just going to tell you what I,
You think so?
Huh.
You think that
I
like
don't know. I'm just wondering.
that type of candor? But isn't the stereotype of Northeast people though that like to keep everything like bottled up and then
maybe
it
it
comes
is.
out right?
So where'd you get it from?
Yeah. Where does that come from?
Half Italian.
Oh,
Oh.
got it. There's the big mouth. Okay.
You know,
Found it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Half
It's
Italian.
crazy because Italian like part of it is supposed to be you're able to keep a secret and omerta vibes, but then the other part of it is telling everyone everything.
It's
Yeah.
amazing that the mob doesn't. I mean, I'm sure they are. I mean, I've seen The Sopranos. I know how it goes. I know how it
works.
really goes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you would think that there would be more gossip associated with it. Just knowing it's just a bunch of little old Italian men sitting around with nothing else to do, just smoking cigars, sitting around outside, right?
They gossip like crazy.
Yeah, they're gossipers.
They're gossipers.
They
Yeah.
are,
Yapping.
but they have this reputation for, this oath of
Yeah,
silence.
like
Silence.
silence
Yeah,
and
but between
stoicism.
that is sisterhood.
Oh, it really
They're
is.
like
No, they really
sharing.
did.
They're like, sit down.
That's how my dad is, and he will never admit it because he likes to think that he's above gossip. But he, especially about his own kids, he like tries to get me to gossip about the other siblings. Sometimes he's like, "Hey, what do you think's going on with?" And then like my siblings' names, and I'm like,
Everybody
they're
is
like-
such a little gossip.
"He's such a little gossip."
Yes.
It's great.
But like everybody is in their own way. Some people are just like acting like they're above it, but get real.
Yeah,
You know?
I think so.
Yeah.
Do you and your girlfriend gossip about other people?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you come home and you're like, "Do you know what's up with who?"
You guys debrief.
Yeah,
After a night out.
we debrief.
Okay, so
Um,
you're getting the details.
Yeah, I get the details. She gets the details. Look, you're in a relationship. Look, I'm sure that Dave knows a lot about me.
I'm sure that he does. I'm sure he knows about everybody. I come home and I tell him everything about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the
I
time
come
he's
over
like,
and I tell Dave everything.
"Oh, that's actually true. Actually,
like,
that's true."
well, I start acting because I'm like, I'm sure that she's told you, and he's like, no. And I'm like,
no,
okay, well,
that
I'll
is
tell you.
so funny because one night, at least one night, multiple nights, I've like gone to bed and Kelsey's like stayed up gossiping with
Yes.
Dave.
Yeah. And then like we stay up late, and then we're like, let's order Taco Bell, and then we keep talking about it.
Yeah,
It's
Just
the
not
videos
Jack in the
of it.
Box. Bad vibes with the Jack in the Box.
I can't do that ever again.
not after the big fight.
Not after that. Yeah.
We all had to live through that.
Yeah.
Mostly Kelsey. I feel like maybe we need another secret or something.
Here's
Um,
a secret that you guys might not know.
Okay.
What?
I really enjoy this show and working with you guys.
Oh, we're so glad to have you on. We all are so
Yeah.
excited for this.
Yeah. I'm
This is
pumped.
going to be really fun.
I've already messed up though,
Okay.
Why?
as co-creator of this show
Yeah.
and as the person who prints these cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually already opened the envelope way ahead of schedule.
Yeah, that's okay. We kind of dove in because I was explaining that you're going to know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the story this week, which is going to be a little bit different, but maybe will make for a really smooth read.
We'll see.
Maybe.
Wow. This
We'll
is
see.
feels like I'm in a horror film a little bit.
Yeah, we know what's coming at you.
Like, I have no
don't.
idea. It's two
And
against one.
this week's story is really, the person is very fun. You're going to have a
Really?
great
They're
time.
a lot of fun.
They're a lot of fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank
In
God.
fact, I think, if anybody from the HR team here at The Ringer is watching,
Hmm.
stop.
Okay.
Because you're going to hear me read a lot of things that are not me sharing. I'm sharing someone else's
Someone
business.
else's business.
Yeah.
Let's just
keep that in mind.
let's level set expectations. And if you work for HR,
No, you don't.
feel free to not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feel free to not work for HR ever
Yeah.
again. Just kidding. No, we love HR. Thank you for your service. Don't watch.
Yeah. Get out of here.
HR off.
All right, this week's business is from Natalie. She uses she, her pronouns. She's 29, and she described herself as heteroflexible.
Mm.
And 4 pieces of business that I'm going to share about her in advance before we start. When I asked her about the one who got away, she said, "I like my single life too much to wish that I was with any of my past men."
Oh my God.
Chic.
That is a line.
Also
That's great.
calling them
It's a
my
bar.
past men. So amazing.
Yeah.
She says that she is technically solo poly, even though she hates when people say that. But it means you don't have a partner, but you're still poly, which is how she would describe herself.
Okay. But if she got a partner, she would not be solo poly.
No, she would just be poly. She'd just
Okay.
be open or something. But basically, she's like, you're going to find out more about the ways that she's interacting in other people's relationships.
Okay. Because
Don't
I'm like,
wanna
I
ruin-
could say I'm solo poly.
You're
Like,
just
it's like-
solo right now.
Right, but
you're just
we got-
solo.
What?
You're not doing
let's spice
anything
things
poly.
up. Yeah, but like,
You're not doing.
No?
No,
I can't say that.
I-
I wouldn't
You like
say,
that?
no, I wouldn't say it because it's not true. Not because I don't think you should say it or something.
It could be though.
You don't give me poly vibes.
No, no. Yeah, let me be clear. I'm not poly. But it's like something I could say. I could say it. Right? Okay, all right.
We'll get to
all
why.
right.
We'll
Okay,
get to
okay,
why. I don't want to give too much away about Natalie's life. Okay.
okay.
And then the last piece of business is when I asked her about her worst heartbreak, she said, "I don't know if I've had any horrible ones. I haven't had any super long-term relationships. And anytime I end a relationship, I'm already kind of over it. I've been sad about a man, but not like crying on a bathroom floor."
Oh
I
my
feel the
God.
same exact way.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, this is
No,
the
not the long-term relationship, but anytime I've ever ended a relationship, I have not circled back on a relationship. Well, I mean, it's been many years since I've had to consider
Yeah,
that, but like it has been many years, probably like going back decade and a half since I've like circled back on a relationship.
Really?
So whenever I've been done with a relationship, I've just been done.
Yeah.
Wait, are you This is so fun to get to ask you questions. God, this
Yeah,
is great.
nice.
Are you the person that usually breaks up with people, or are you the breakup-y?
I think I've been broken up with 2 times total.
For people that don't know, you've been in a lot of relationships, right?
Yeah, that's
We're looking at
two's a pretty good number, I feel like.
yeah, but how many times have you done the breaking up? Let's look at the other side.
Yeah, what was the other? 12?
15?
We don't need to
We
get
don't
into
get into this.
Okay,
We don't
Taylor
need to get-
Swift.
We're not
yeah.
doing the
Like,
numbers.
Yeah. All right, let's crunch the numbers on Harry Styles over here. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, wow.
Do you know what? One
Uh,
time I asked my mom that question. Well, we were talking about someone being heartbroken. She was like, "Yeah, heartbreak is one of the worst things you can ever experience." I went, "No," and I was like, "Mom, but she's been divorced." I was like, "Mom, you went through a divorce," and I said that, and she was like, "Yeah, I know, but
When I asked my mom how many times she'd been engaged, and she's like, "Oh, Sophia, I don't know. I can't think of
awesome.
that. I don't know." Yeah, I do get the idea of being done with it, but I do think that it's kind of unusual to be like, I'm not even crying on a bathroom floor. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like people
bathroom
got
floor
to.
sucks."
I think what Natalie might be experiencing
Mhm.
is the idea of if she's the one doing the breaking up,
Yeah,
right? And that's the implication by this, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
Mhm.
Then she might have already gone through the process where she's mourning the relationship and gone through the whole break.
Yeah.
She's done the pre-breakup.
Yes.
Because I think, we've probably all had situations where we've been dating someone and then we decided like this isn't going to work for me, but you haven't pulled the trigger on the breakup yet.
Totally.
Mhm.
And you actually, it's kind of unfair to the other person, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where the other person doesn't know this breakup's coming. They sent something's off, but like you're kind of going through these emotions. And by the time that you're actually like, okay, I'm ready to move on and say, let's call it quits. The other person now has to experience all those emotions that you've kind of been microdosing.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. All of that cosign. I even like thought of breaking up with my ex, which I've only ever broken up with one person. No one's broken up with me. Thank God.
Wow.
Wow.
No one. They don't do
Nice.
that. They're too scared.
They don't do
They're
that.
afraid. Just kidding. I haven't dated that many people. But when I broke up with him, it was like the worst thing I've ever done. And I would so much rather be broken up with
Sucks.
than be, because
I
then you get to be
know.
sad and you're like, I'm dying. But if you have to break up, you have to be a bad person. And I had the exact thing that happened that you're describing, which is that I knew that I was going to break up
Yes.
with him. And then I started to feel like this is so unfair that I like know that this is coming. And so then I panicked and said it really early. And it was the day he was going, it was my mom's birthday, and he was going to do me a favor, and he was on his way to buy flowers for her as a favor. And I was going to like pay him, but Venmo didn't exist then. And I lived out of town. And so
So then what were you going to do? Facebook pay?
I mailed him a check in the mail that I had to, it was,
There were other ways. Sophia.
That
is
are
like
you older than me?
1990.
What are you
Yeah,
older
what
than why?
is-
or maybe I had
mailed
my
him a
mom
check
mailed him a check or something.
For flowers?
Yeah.
On her birthday?
On her birthday, I was like, "Can you please do me a favor and go get?"
Sophia,
I know.
come on. Like,
Yeah, it was in 1934.
yeah, what?
I don't.
Was he sad about this breakup?
Oh, he was furious. He was so
Well,
sad
I
and
mean,
furious.
the furious I get.
He
but
was.
the-
Really?
He was very upset. He thought we were getting married. We weren't. That was never on the table.
Ew.
Anyway, all right. Are we ready to share Natalie's business?
Let's share
100%.
Natalie's business.
Sorry,
Yeah,
everyone. All right, Natalie. First things first. What was the first time you had sex like?
The first time I had sex was right after high school. I started dating a guy right around the end of high school. I'm from a really small town, and there was a lot of drama surrounding us getting together, but the first time I had sex was nice. We had been dating for like 2 months. I was pretty comfortable with him, so I was like, okay, I'm ready. We're gonna have sex. It was a nice experience, but the sex itself wasn't that pleasant.
Uh-oh.
It kind of hurt.
I love that she says, "Okay, I'm ready. We're going to." And she even told me that she was like, "I'm planning this." I told him. And I think that's like a nice theme that comes up a lot.
we
in
have a little
these-
type A baddie.
Yeah, there's always like a type A person that's like,
Yeah.
and I'm going to arrange some things.
Mhm.
Can I say something about this script? Because I know this, and that's something that no one else,
Yeah, yeah.
we
Yeah,
might
yeah,
never
yeah.
experience this again.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're just tuning in and you just felt like you were like, this sounds like this might be a nice, normal,
hmm
boring-ish story about someone. And I don't think they ever are. I think everyone that's ever written into us is.
Interesting.
But if this is your first episode and you're like, I don't know where this is going, this is going to take some turns very quickly. Not right now, but in a few
Like
minutes.
with it, yeah, pretty
Mm.
quickly. Yeah.
So-
Whoa. That's fun. Actually, this is so fun that you know.
It is kind of fun.
Ooh, my hands are sweaty. I'm scared.
This is like the director's commentary when you get to watch the movie.
Yes, yes. Oh my God.
Bring back DVD extras. Okay. What was the drama about you two getting together?
Yeah, so if you'll remember that
She said there was-
Natalie said there was drama surrounding them, which I think is like a deeply funny concept. Um, he had just gotten out of a long-term relationship where they had been together for all of high school. The whole town thought they were going to get married. Everyone loved them. And then they broke up and we started dating 2 days later.
Ooh.
So everyone was like, she's a home wrecker. The idea of a home wrecker in high school.
In high school.
This is like Salem
Also,
witch trials
yes,
vibes.
also
like,
the
what?
adults in this town, which
Yes.
I verified with her. I was like, do you mean that adults were involved in this rumor? She was like, the adults were angry at me. And I was like,
People like booing her as she walks
Yes.
around town.
yes.
Oh my God.
Like, she's going to the hardware store, the only
Yeah.
store in town. And they're like, boo, home wrecker.
So everyone was like, she's a home wrecker. And I was like, no, they were broken up by the time we started dating. There was no overlap. We call that, I call that like a shingle effect, where like the overlap idea, right? Like where you kind of like, you're kind of setting up your next relationship as you're getting out of one kind of.
My mom always calls that being a wing walker because it's like when people walk from one plane to another when they used to do
Oh,
tricks and you
wow.
don't step off of the wing of one to the other. And I'm like, that is an obscure word. No one knows what you mean. But in my mind, wing walker.
So do you have a term for this? Because it seems like we all have terms for this now.
No, I'm
It's just-
thinking I actually
You're just like asshole.
asshole like cheater maybe, but they claim it's not that.
There's always, we talked about this recently, not in regards to this person, but Kelsey and I talked about this. When people say there's no overlap, it is kind of hard to believe when there's 2 days that there's no flirtation.
Yeah, things were set up before.
Yeah.
There was a plan of action a little bit.
I do think it's weird that the town is doing witch trials. Okay.
It is so funny.
So was that the only time you guys ever had sex?
We weren't together very long. We started dating in May of senior year, and then we broke up by the time I went to college in August.
Okay, good.
We probably had sex like 5 or 6 times total. The first time was at a friend's party when her parents weren't home. And then after that, it was just usually in a car.
Okay.
Kind of the classics.
Kind of the classics.
Yeah.
God.
I'm glad
Okay.
they broke up. Okay.
Now I'm
Now-
excited.
Okay.
I had thoughts on that, but I'm ready to launch into this next one.
Oh wow.
It's,
okay.
Yeah, it is kind of a normal start, very like small town Americana vibes because we're about to take a hard left turn.
I feel like I'm on a speed coaster.
So I know that we're trying not to say the cities that these people live in, but I have to ask, as I read the next one as we get into this, does this person live in a mega metropolis?
Now they do.
Okay.
Okay.
They didn't, again, obviously
Right,
they lived in a small
obviously.
town.
Right. Like I don't think like, Rudy Giuliani was upset that they were like, what do you mean you home wrecker?
He's like
Oh my God,
banging
I
on our
wish.
door.
I
Wait,
wish.
that's amazing.
I can actually see him doing
All
this.
right, let's get into Natalie's worst ex. Natalie, who was your worst ex?
I have so many, but I'll tell you about objectively the worst person I ever went out with. I went on Tinder and matched with a guy, and we went out the same night, and I didn't ask any questions.
Ooh.
When I got to the bar, I found out he was a federal agent.
No.
Then we went back to my house, and he walks in, and he sweeps my apartment, basically. And he's looking all around and asking, like, do you have a pet? Does anyone else live here? I was like, what the fuck? And then he goes, can I disarm?
What?
I was like, yeah, I guess disarm, please. Because I would rather you not have a gun on your person.
She didn't know?
She didn't know that he had been sitting through the whole date or whatever
With a fucking gun?
and then also asking, "Can I disarm?"
Can I disarm is
Ew.
such a funny fucking thing to say
It
when you're in
is
someone's
insane.
apartment.
It's so weird to make it that far and then be like,
Yes.
"The way I'm going to tell you that I'm armed is by going." Can I disarm?
Yeah, it's so like formal.
Why are you doing concealed
It's
carry
so
in my
weird.
house?
What?
What? Why did you
Wow.
bring a gun on the date?
Okay. Sometimes people are bringing guns. No, I'm so serious.
Okay, Utah.
Has that?
No, yeah. No, not on a date, but I was with a guy that I was dating, and one of his friends we were at a dive bar, and then all of a sudden he was like, yeah, I carry a gun on me. We were talking about guns, and then he was like, yeah, I have one right now. Pulled it out, and then started passing it around the table. And I was like,
But it was also armed, wasn't it?
yes. I was like,
Or-
okay, this is actually really bad. It's scary.
Did you guys, because we grew up, I think, in very different places. Did you guys grow up around a lot of guns?
I don't know. No.
In
Maybe.
a like rural sense or an urban sense?
Oh, very rural vibes from who I grew up around.
Okay.
Although in Missouri, they like basically just give you a gun.
Huh.
In Providence, I felt like I had seen guns. I'm really getting off the story right now, but the first time I ever saw a gun in this type of context that would actually like legitimately frighten me was in an Applebee's in Amarillo, Texas, where I was talking to a guy sitting next to me, this nice older couple, and the guy goes, let me stretch. Oh, I forgot I had this on me. And then he just takes a gun out from his back, puts it on the counter at the Applebee's, and then goes, this is 2015. And he looks at me and goes, hey, who you voting for? And I was like,
Oh, I'm going to get this answer wrong.
and I was like, I'm apolitical. And he goes, you know who I like? And I go, I know who you like. Anyways,
my
brother, I know
God.
exactly who you like.
who's probably the same person who this Tinder guy voted
Probably.
for.
Yeah.
Probably.
The second time I saw him, he came over again and just whips the gun out and puts it on the counter. Now, like, there's a gun sitting in my nice little girly apartment.
Yeah.
So we're in the shower after we hook up. And he asked, do you have any fantasies? And I was like, no, do you?
Oh, no.
And he was like, yeah, my fantasy is to kill a woman's husband and brothers and make her a sex slave.
Okay. This guy needs to go to prison.
He's a federal agent. So
right.
So he's not going to.
Oh, yeah, he's not. Oh, my
but
God.
Also, one of my favorite details about that little moment is husband and brothers. Not parents. The dad could still be alive. Like, what? Anyway.
Oh, fuck.
What? Why do you need to kill them? Anyway.
I was like, you've taken a step too far. But then the crazy part was I saw this man a total of 3 times, and then years later, I saw him on one of those Facebook pages that's like, are we dating the same guy? And apparently he had been with like 4 women who were convinced they were his girlfriend, but he also had a wife, and he was spreading STDs all over the city, which luckily I did not fall victim to.
Wait, I have to clarify. You saw him again after the my fantasy is to kill your family and make you a sex slave thing?
Yeah, but it was only once.
Oh my God. You know what? I get it. Like, no. I don't condone that at all, but I have seen people after something fucking insane. They've said something absolutely horrible
I
to
had
me.
to step in for one guy where he was showing you weird, creepy YouTube videos.
Videos of people thinking they're going to die on a plane crash. And he's like, this is so funny,
He
right?
thought it was so funny. And, and Kelsey was like, I don't know, I might see him again. And I was like, no, you won't. You will not be going back to that house.
Yeah. We had a picnic of truth about it. I remember.
We had a picnic and I sat you down and I said, no.
Well, I think Natalie's 29. I think when you're younger, it's harder to remove yourself from the situations, especially if there's something appealing about it. And I don't mean there's nothing. I don't think the gun and the murder, the family sex slave thing was what's appealing, but
no, she was very put off by that. But she does answer a little bit why it was appealing. So what made you stop after that?
Honestly, I would have continued seeing him because the sex was good.
No, come on.
Well, I'm like
that's the appealing part. I mean, also, again,
okay.
Keep going.
I wasn't actually dating this man, I want to be clear.
Okay.
He was traveling a lot, and he always wanted to come over in the middle of the day during his work day, and I was like, this is just a no. This is not working out. But we were only ever hooking up. I won't date a cop. I'll fuck a cop, but I won't date a cop.
Okay.
See, and like a little bit that I guess made it make more sense to me. I also do think it's funny once you find out that he secretly had a wife and lots of girlfriends that he always wanted to come over in the middle of the day because it's like,
oh yeah, it's not just work. Yeah,
you don't have. Oh my God. You can't.
I was scared that the story was going to be that he fucked her with the gun. Which is it's a thing,
so
and it is a thing.
No,
it's
not.
running rampant. Yes,
I mean it is, but it's not.
It is.
Also, it goes. This is going to maybe be a weird connection, but it's the same thing as like when people talk about like a beer bottle or something like that, where I'm like, ugh, isn't that going to break? That's not right.
It's not.
Well, I think the glass is tempered. Is the thing.
Okay.
That's safe.
I want to pull back to something. I mean, like, look, there's the first of all, there's the sentence. I won't date a cop. I'll fuck a cop, but I won't
100%.
date a cop. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's gorgeous.
It's a beautiful sentence.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to pull back on something that got lost in all that because we were focused on the fucking a cop and the gun and the little girly apartment that now has a Glock on the counter.
Yeah.
The website or the Facebook group or whatever it was. Are we dating the same guy?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever?
Yeah. Well, I've never been like, am I dating? But I've gone on there to be like, what's going on? And it was honestly just really sad. So I quickly removed myself from the
so
group.
you never came across that?
Not anyone that I was dating.
Didn't we find somebody that we knew but wasn't? Or it was like on an app. Though.
On the T app, yes. I
the
found like 3 guys I think that I dated, and I left comments, and they had already had really bad reviews.
Yeah. One of my a friend of mine, he got found out through one of those groups.
Oh, he was cheating.
He was cheating, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I had to have a talk with him.
Because you found him on there?
Yeah, I was like,
Wait, were you
look, I'm just checking all my friends. You know,
Wait,
just
so
no.
you're on- Oh my God, you made me so
What?
excited. I was like, this is amazing.
No, but I'm like, I need to know everyone I'm friends with. No.
Wow.
How did you find out he was on the?
I had someone else tell me.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
they were
Someone
like, Bob is on there, and
no,
then
they had, God. So somebody who was good friend of both of ours.
Uh.
She had pictures of him. She had pictures with him on Instagram, just as friends.
Okay.
So when they were going out on their witch hunt to try to find like every single person that he might have been dating at the same time, they reached out to her
Oh no.
to be like, hey, I think you might be dating him. Here's what you need to know. Here's a link, blah, blah, blah. And then she reached out to me. She's like, what do I do about this? I'm like, we gotta have a talk with him because this is can't have this going on.
was he married?
No, he wasn't married.
Okay, dating.
He wasn't married. Very single.
How did he take it? Was he like,
He
uh-oh?
was embarrassed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'd be pretty,
Yeah.
look, I don't condone all that, but like, if
All
you're
that
gonna,
riffraff.
yeah, but like, if you're gonna do it, you gotta have stuff locked up a little bit better. Like, you
do.
can't.
This is the thing to me that
Yes.
I think that cheating is so much less shameful than the being an idiot and getting caught part
Yeah,
of
like,
it.
come on.
Like
Clean up shop.
clean up shop. Also, just like that would piss me off the most. I think if my partner cheated and they were sloppy with it,
Sloppy.
I'd be like,
You little piggy.
ew.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a lack of respect because it's like, how dumb do you think I am?
Yes,
That's what it is.
yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
If somebody's cheating and they have, and they have the decency to like, somebody cheating and they have the decency to go out of their way to really hide it and bury it and make sure you can't find it. It's like, well, at least they
respect me.
respect,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
respect
they did their
the
due
relationship.
diligence.
And they would prefer
Yeah.
that I didn't know, which like on some level is kind of, this is going to sound weird, almost nice to be
It's almost
like,
nice.
you want me to not find this out. Like you would like your life to continue in the direction it's already continuing in. You're
Yeah.
doing a bad thing and
Yeah.
you're a little shithead, but that probably has to do with you and your parents and something else, like
We're condoning cheating at this point.
I
Yeah,
know.
we love it.
I'm into it.
I've just steered this podcast into a very.
that's fine.
That's okay. It's okay.
Natalie, best I ever had. What is the best sex you've ever had?
I've been dating a bunch of married men. My
Okay.
joke is that I have 5 married boyfriends, and honestly, these married men are very good in bed. They're all in open relationships, I will say.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The breath you
God
let out.
damn.
When I was on the phone, you can literally hear on the recording the exact same thing happen.
Okay. I was like, fuck.
Wait a minute, so you guys aren't pro cheating?
We're not
Well,
pro cheating. We're
no,
liars.
yeah,
We're liars.
Sorry, we got you.
Well, Natalie says it's all ethical as far as she knows.
Okay, I could be convinced.
But the first married man I went out with, we had sex on the first date, and it was very hot. It is not even anything all that special. We weren't even doing anything crazy, but the sex is just very good every single time. It's consistent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
All right.
That's not the part to focus on, though, because 5 married boyfriends? How did this come about?
How this all started is my friends and I were talking about having threesomes, and I wanted to have a threesome, so I got on Field.
Field, please
Shout
sponsor us.
Yeah.
Field, please, for the love of God.
Yeah, come on.
We are giving you so much free advertising.
It's-
Yeah.
Why would you pay us?
Yeah.
Why would you sponsor us?
But we can work
actually,
something out. We can
Yeah.
work
Yeah,
something out.
we could talk.
I feel like Field should be paying me. I agree, Natalie.
Yeah.
I feel like Field should be paying me because I've gotten so many women to download it.
Wow.
If you can do a co-sponsorship of Natalie and this show, Fields, please.
Reach out.
I never done any ethical non-monogamy stuff, and I was just there to have a threesome. So I started talking to couples, and while I was looking for that, I started talking to a lot of men who were in couples where they mostly dated separately.
Okay.
So she just, like, as she was on there, she was like, I started, and a bunch of guys that I would talk to would be like, actually, my wife and I don't do threesomes together. But
Okay.
I'll fuck you. And she was like, no, I have to prioritize the threesome. And she really did. She was like, I put them on the back burner to,
The married man.
yeah, the married men that were separate. She was like, I'm looking for a couple to have this threesome with. I have to prioritize
Did she need
this.
them to be married too? She was needing
She
a marriage.
really wanted a couple that had had a
She
threesome
wanted
before.
a strong union. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
As
Okay.
Natalie,
Mhm.
Yeah. Come on, Natalie.
okay, after I had my first threesome, I was like, okay, now I'm like not searching out any specific goal anymore. So one of the men who I've been talking to about having a threesome was basically like, my wife and I have a kid, so this isn't going to happen together, but you and I should get a drink. And I was like, okay, I'm open to that. I'm not looking for anything serious. Let's try it out.
That couple does not know about babysitters, which I think is
Okay.
great.
Okay, no,
They're
yeah.
like, we're really
we
busy
can't
with our
do that.
kids, so
Yeah.
we have to take turns dating other people. So do you verify with anyone's spouse that they're actually open?
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Oh, fuck.
I don't
Okay.
verify, but I ask questions.
Oh, Jesus.
I feel like the stories have all added up. They're not secretive about me. We go out in public, which is exactly if that is probably where the mind fuck comes in, or like that's how you do it. Because if you're being if you want to cheat, and you're going around secretive, everyone
That's more obvious.
it's more obvious.
Right.
So
Yes.
like you just take it to like I don't know. Let's say theoretically they live in Los Angeles. Just
Go to Applebee's.
go to the West Side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And nobody,
Easy.
you don't know anyone on the West Side. It's like we're out in public. It's like, yeah, I'm in fucking Venice.
But also, if I like saw
True.
one of my friends like at a dinner with somebody else, my first thought wouldn't be they're cheating necessarily anyway. Like, maybe that's
Yeah.
stupid of me. I would be like, oh, someone's in town. That could
Yeah.
be your brother. I don't know. Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't think my very first thought would be an affair unless you're being
No.
secretive and creepy. Like you said, like if you're just doing it out in public, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
There have been times that they've been like, oh, we might run into someone I know. That would be awkward having to tell them. But it's not like they're being sketchy about it.
Asking questions isn't enough. But I guess whatever. But like, because married men lie all the time. We were talking about this. I feel like with like married people being like, oh, but I'm gonna leave.
We were talking about like, oh, I'm gonna leave my wife.
I'm gonna leave her. So we're basically like broken
we're
up.
open.
But like the wife doesn't know.
They're microdosing the breakup, and then they decide that like actually.
I do think it's interesting to not check, but I also think that if you have 5 married boyfriends, a lot of time is going to be spent checking in with wives if you check too much.
You start a group chat with the wives.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Wife off.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
HR off. We're having
HR
a wife off.
Yeah.
All right. So
One of the guys has had me over to his house when his wife wasn't home, but he also has a Ring doorbell.
Oh.
So if she wasn't supposed to know about it, I don't think that would work. Some guys also have their field profiles linked to their wives. You could theoretically fake a profile for your wife, but that seems like so much work. And let me tell you, Natalie, I in reading this script and as now speaking as you, I've grown a lot of affection for you. But like, guys will put in that much work
to cheat.
Really?
They won't put in that much work.
The only argument against this that I have is against what you're saying, which I do agree that you could easily put in the work to have a profile. I don't think that she like needs to do the work. If you see a guy and he has his profile linked, I think it's fair enough to be like, I believed that was your wife, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I do think that there are so many open couples in big cities. And I know she lives in a big city. So I do think that like, as much as I'm like, are these men cheating? It's also like, do I think that there's 5 open guys? Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, you know what? No, they do go to great lengths. I'm actually thinking about it now. My roommate, she was dating a guy and she like saw his profile and she was like, wait, this isn't something weird and fucked up happened. I can't remember the total details of it, but it turns out this guy that she was dating ended up using his twin brother's pictures so that he could cheat because she had like somehow she was like, wait, this isn't right. But like one of the guys was using his twin brother's pictures to cheat. And
this is so funny because you could just use photos that weren't with your wife. Like there's also photos of you.
Yeah.
Like
I
what?
know.
Why do you need your twin brother involved?
I don't know. To like be a different person. I don't know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
God damn.
So
There
they're
are
going to lengths.
so many twin loopholes.
There are.
It's crazy to not have one when you need to do hijinks because it's like, oh, this would help so much.
I know.
God, I'd be doing hijinks nonstop. I have twin stepbrothers and they look nothing alike. And I'm like, what a waste.
What a waste.
They don't even have like, they look, you wouldn't even think they were related. Not even just like
I'm going to start saying you're my twin. I'm going to start using you for hijinks.
Okay, that's fair.
Just like non-lookalike
Put a wig on,
twins,
let's
whatever.
go.
Yeah.
All right, so does them being married play into your guys' relationships sexually?
When I started dating married guys, I was like, I don't know if I'll be into hearing about the wife. But I found that I don't mind hearing about that at all. But sometimes they will tell me about going out with other girls, not the wife. And I'm like, wait, why don't you want to hang out with me instead? Which is funny because, like, I don't care that a guy has a wife. But honestly, I've gotten over that feeling more recently, too.
About the girlfriends.
About the
Yeah, about the
girlfriends.
girlfriend. She was like, I kind of have moved on from that. But I used to, when they would hang out with another woman, I'd be like, or another girl.
I get that.
Friend.
I think I would think that too.
I kind of do too, because it's like,
I'd be
well,
wait,
well,
I'm
now your
supposed to be
wife
your
has
little
a
cutie
role.
pie.
Yeah.
So I'm number one girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Fun.
The half Italian side would call that a gourmand.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
My mom taught me that word. She's not Italian. Not Italian.
Never
She's
saw
just
you
like,
think about heartbreak, but
yeah, but the gourmand. Yeah.
I will say with the 5 men, I have different relationships with all of them. Some of them are very open and I want to know about their dates and all the drama. Some of them, I don't really want to hear about it at all.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me to juggle 5 men and like try to, God.
That's so much.
The
God.
stories I would
Me and Matt.
repeat and not remember if I've told somebody.
What's the most amount of
People
potential dating partners that you've had to juggle at once?
Like maybe 2.
2 is the max you can do.
Yeah.
Like I've tried when I was younger, back in like the Paleolithic age, I would try to do like, I've occasionally tried to do like 3, and it's too much work because at a certain point, like I have activities outside of dating that I like to do.
Yeah,
Right.
and then you don't see
And
them.
I
your
don't
life.
have time for them. I don't have time for friends. I don't have time for.
Yeah.
But also often when you're dating, you're like staying up late or drinking or doing stuff that's like, okay, now it kind of ruins your next day too. So then it's like, if you
yeah.
have
Oh my
3,
God.
that's 6 days a week that are kind of out of commission.
3 is crazy.
3's crazy.
3 is crazy.
2 is
2
already
is-
a little bit of work, but it's
I
like
hate it.
usually when there's 2 people, it's like one's kind of like,
Exactly. They're
and
on
then
the
the
outs.
others.
They're on the
You're wing
outs.
walking.
It's about me. It's about focusing on me.
It's about me.
Are there any non-married men on the roster?
I recently went out with a guy who's really into sex parties and he's single, but he's definitely fucking a lot. So that's been a whole thing. I've dated a couple other single people recently, but I just find married ones stick around longer and I like them more and we just have a nice understanding.
Uh-huh.
With a single person, there's always a question of what are we?
Yeah.
Or is someone going to want more? With a married guy, it's just like, this is what we're doing. Also, with single men, sometimes to them, casual means I'm going to come over, we're going to fuck, and then I'm going to leave. Whereas the married men are like, let me take you out to drinks and we could talk about our lives. It can be casual, but we can still have a nice time and they treat me very well. And I think that's just probably in part age.
Mhm.
As soon as she said that, I was like, yeah, you're
Mhm.
having a glass of fucking Beaujolais with a 40-year-old instead of being like railed by a 25-year-old guy. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
come on.
How old are they? Do we know?
Well,
Do we have ages?
You're
Oh,
gonna,
oh,
there
we're
would
gonna find
be,
out.
there's going to be more information. You'll
Oh,
figure
Lord.
this out.
Is grandpa married
there's a
grandpa?
line coming up here that like nearly, yeah.
Oh,
So-
Lord. Lord help
All
me.
right.
Okay.
Question 4, Three's Company. I have to loop back to the threesome situation. You said you eventually had your threesome. How did it go?
I wanted to join a couple who had a threesome together before. You know, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you don't
a
want it to be the
th-
first one.
threesome Sherpa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I found this couple, and the man was very secretive about his identity, and it turns out that's because he's a comedian.
Ooh, I would have been
Ooh.
secretive too.
Yeah.
They didn't even tell me. I just found him online, and he was semi-famous.
Oh.
When we were talking about what we do, he just said that he has a production company, which in my head, I was like, that's technically true, but based on my stalking, I know you're also a comedian.
She told him that?
No, she didn't.
Oh,
She
but
just
it
was
was
like,
like,
okay.
okay,
She
okay.
was
He's
just like,
yeah, production
yeah.
company, sure.
Okay.
Anyways, it was an older guy, like a 40-year-old man.
Jim Halpert camera face from
who is
Justin
it?
here. Justin's upset because a 40-year-old man's not an older guy.
Oh.
She couldn't even possibly, she's like, yeah, that's an old guy.
Yeah, an old man.
That's
a
an old
really,
man.
really old man. One of those old ones.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
decrepit,
The
yeah.
retirement home community.
I dated a 40-year-old. It's not bad.
Haven't we all? Haven't we
Yeah.
all?
Oh, you are, huh? Actively.
Yeah. He's
And
at
you are
least
one.
40.
I've never.
You've never dated a 40-year-old man.
Really?
40-year-old
Who's
man.
the oldest person you've dated?
Yeah, what are we talking?
Like age gap?
Yeah.
Actually, either one at this point would be a fun answer.
Yeah.
Age gap, I dated someone who was 10 years older than me when I was 30. So
Okay.
they were 40.
Oh,
Okay.
see?
Um,
So you've dated a
You're in the
40-year-old
40
woman.
club.
she was
yeah.
lovely.
You broke up with her.
Yeah.
Whenever someone
She
says
was
someone's
she-
lovely, it's like,
Yeah.
you broke up with
She-
her.
yes.
She's lovely.
Yeah, lovely.
They
No,
didn't
but
break up with you.
she was going through a divorce. She had 2 kids.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
You know,
She was getting her groove back.
I might have been
Mhm.
20, 28 actually. Okay.
Okay.
So a
okay.
little bit younger. Yeah.
Okay.
And then old. Yeah, I guess that's doubles. That's the oldest person I've ever dated, and that's the largest age gap.
Age gap.
Wow.
Wow.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the guy who asked me out, the guy that we met at the Italian place. Remember, he said he was a producer, I think. Mr. Old Guy.
He's not a
Mr.
semi-famous.
Old Guy.
That's not
Wait.
Mr. Decrepit Man. He was 34.
No, well, we didn't know his age. We couldn't figure it out.
I could. He was
Between
52.
40
And also, he wasn't a semi-famous comedian.
But what if he was? It could be. Okay.
no.
All right.
Anyway, it was an older guy, like a 40-year-old man, and then a 25-year-old woman. So it was a slightly odd dynamic in that respect. But they'd been having a lot of threesomes, and she was bi, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
I never hooked up with a girl before, and they were super nice. We all went out for drinks, and they were like, want to come over? And I was like, yeah, I do. It was super chill. It was a good experience.
Can I tell you, I had the heart attack of my life hearing this because somewhat recently, Kelsey and Dave and I went out for pizza and had a dinner together that was like a really fun dinner because there was another person that was going to come, but then it was just the three of us. And
When?
like
I
on
don't
the place
remember.
in New York. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And
What
now,
place on York?
Wild
Spitfire. Or yeah, Wild Time. Wildfire?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, over on the Eagle Rock side.
Yeah.
it's right by me.
Yeah.
Didn't invite me?
No.
No.
We were having our
come.
threesome dinner.
Yeah, we were having a
because
threesome
now that when she told me this, for some reason, that dinner flashed in my head and I was like,
Oh my God.
probably everybody there thought that we were
Yes,
auditioning.
I was literally thinking about that dinner the other day too, because they put me in a weird cuck chair too. Like you guys were sitting together and I was like weird over here. And I was like, this is not right.
As soon as she said that, like, oh, we all went out to dinner, I was like, oh.
We've done that so many times. My mom literally messaged me recently and she was like, well, basically you and Sophia and Dave are a threesome.
No, we're not.
And I was like, well,
no.
She called it a threesome?
I think she did.
Not a throuple.
I think she called it a threesome. And she was like
Well, I'd rather be
minus
called
the...
a throuple than a threesome.
Really?
What? Yeah,
I would.
Tracy-
I don't know. God,
my family's thinking we're a throuple. They're like, minus, the you guys like each other, but basically.
Also, I like that they were like, do you want to go home? Yeah, that's why you're at the threesome dinner.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Well, it was an interview.
Yeah, I guess.
Right.
I feel like he just kind of took charge. And honestly, this is the one sentence I don't feel comfortable reading, but I have to.
Okay.
I feel like he just kind of took charge and was like, now do this, now do that. He was like, are you ready to eat pussy? I feel like reading that in any form of serious sense is now just like able to be clipped out and it's bad. So I gotta like feel like I almost gotta read it like, are you ready to
do
eat
like a
pussy?
thumb-
like,
yeah.
like,
You can do like a thumbs
I
down.
don't-
I
I
can do
don't-
like clown noises in the background.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm ready. I didn't really know what to do because it was my first threesome. Typical story. And so I appreciated the direction. And he also checked in with me like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? It was consensual and very nice.
Okay.
Especially since you're joining a couple and you don't know what their dynamic is.
Are you ready to eat pussy scares me. I'm like,
Are you ready to eat? Yeah, that is
But
actually.
maybe a no.
Yeah, now that you're saying,
Give
are
me a
you
second.
ready? It's
Yeah.
like, are you ready to rumble? But
I wonder how he said it.
yeah, like I don't like that.
to eat pussy?
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining.
Well, in my head, as I read the story, like maybe it's just because that movie Is This Thing On just came out, but I picture like Joe Bluth, like Will Arnett being like,
Yes.
you know? And
Yeah.
like that's just what I hear. I hear Will Arnett's voice doing it, and I know
Yes.
it's not Will Arnett.
Oh
I
my
do think
God.
it's like nice to have somebody that's taking direction, like taking charge in a threesome situation when it's your
Yeah.
first one. Like it's definitely nice to have somebody who's like, let me show you the ropes a little bit.
Yeah, knows the ropes.
Or like, let me just like be the person who smooths things over. But I do
Yeah.
think that 40-year-old boyfriend, 25-year-old girlfriend, she's bi and they have a lot of threesomes with women, kind of
yeah.
squidging me out a little bit. I feel like,
Squidging?
yeah, squidging.
Ooh, I
Squidging?
love that.
Yeah,
I'm
squidging
squidging
me
too.
out.
Oh my God, that just became my new word of the week. Squidging.
I actually think there's
No,
some
yeah.
squidging going on in this story.
There's going to be squidging. There's already some squidging, but
Oh my
that
God, I'm
squidged me out.
squidged. Oh, I'm
I'm
squidged.
just like,
oh. No, I know.
25-year-old, should you be dating a 40-year-old we're doing lots of threesomes? Maybe.
I feel
Maybe
the
not.
same, and I was like, let me hold my tongue here because I was like, maybe let me try and be open to this. But I'm
just
glad
seemed-
that you're starting this dialogue.
I know 25,
No,
you
I'm
get your
serious, 'cause
frontal lobes finally done and fully cooked. And so it's
Yeah.
like after 25, I usually don't have a problem with age gaps because it's like, yeah, whatever, you're done, you're whatever. But it just seems a little odd that they're doing lots of threesomes.
I'm
and maybe
squidged.
they're great.
With
Maybe
just
they're doing
women.
great.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No men?
I don't know.
I don't think the 40-year-old guy with the 25-year-old girlfriend's getting into this to do
That's
the
true.
threesomes with the guys.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think
I think it's,
he's got this mapped out exactly how he wants this.
yeah, his hot 25-year-old girlfriend found another hot 20-something woman and he's teaching her to eat pussy. Tales all this time.
Yeah, it happens.
All right. Question 5, Crazy Train.
Mm.
It's going to be, it's a great pun. don't you worry.
Okay, Ozzy Osbourne.
All right. What is your craziest sex story?
I told you I met a guy who was into sex parties. Let's call him Frank. So recently I went to a sex party with Frank and we had a good time. And then he texted me the next day and said, I felt like you weren't getting enough attention at the end there. We should do something where all the attention is on you.
Okay, Crazy Train. Okay.
So he suggested we have a threesome with him and another guy.
Oh.
So 2 guys, which I had done before. So I was like, yeah, sure. That sounds like a great idea. He texted me back and was like, we have a plan for tonight. This is 2 days after the sex party at this point, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
Then he texted me later that day and was like, the guy I wanted to have a threesome with can't make it. Crazy thought. What if instead I invite a bunch of guys to the house and we do a gangbang.
Oh my God.
One guy can't make it, but
Yeah.
7 can. Like,
Did she know who the guy was? Like, could he have just subbed in anyone?
that's what I asked her. And she was like, oh, he had a specific guy in mind. And I
Okay.
was like, so there is a man that this man has like a crazy chemistry with or something. And he's like, so my buddy is going to be coming over. Like,
Yeah.
Bruce is coming on by. Like,
I like the idea that like Bruce can only be replaced by like 13 guys.
I know. That's the easiest
exactly-
option.
like being like, oh, sorry,
Ugh,
unfortunately,
he
Bruce can't make it tonight,
so-
but 5 other guys can.
yeah,
so-
yeah.
And by the way, together they cannot match Bruce.
Yeah,
Bruce.
no.
yeah.
No, if you're Bruce
Nothing
and you know who
compares.
you are, God.
Oh, and he knows
Bruce
it.
the Bull.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We salute you.
So I invite a bunch of guys. He says, what if we invite a bunch of guys to the house? We do the gangbang. And I was like, sure, why not?
Okay.
So I end up having a spontaneous gangbang. I don't know if you can even call it that because it was just Frank and 3 other guys. And then a 5th guy who just stood in the corner the whole time and was fully clothed.
That's just the Terrifier clown. Like, what are we doing?
Just
Why was he
smiling
there?
like the Terrifier
Yes.
clown.
What is
Somebody could have
happening?
told me that they had a gangbang every single night for a month, and that would be less upsetting to me than one gangbang where there's a man in the corner fully clothed.
What if it's like the
Kinda why in there?
Babadook?
Yes.
Why is he there? Why is he
Okay,
there?
so I don't know why this was my first question. I promise we'll get back to the guy in the corner.
Please.
But my first question was, how many hours advance notice did you get that it would be a gangbang?
I was still at work, and the gangbang was being planned for 9 p.m. So at least 3 or 4 hours, which is, by the way, a lot more notice than I had before than I
Yes.
had for doing this.
Yeah.
So at least 3 or 4 hours. I'm a lawyer, and I'm always sitting there doing somewhat serious work and then getting the most insane text messages. But I go to these sex parties, and everyone's a lawyer.
What?
I think the job is so boring that they're just like, I need to do something crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah, she was like,
Huh.
I go to so many sex parties and so many people are lawyers, so I don't think it's that big of a deal that I'm at work.
Wow. I was just saying to Sophia today that I need to get a lawyer. I actually really don't, but I was like, maybe I got to get a lawyer. We got to go to a sex party. And I'll be like, I'm just kind
I'm
of here.
only here to find legal representation.
I'd be the guy in the corner.
We should bring our guest
to the sex party.
to the one who couldn't make it because she might need one after the car
Oh, that's
accident.
true.
Right.
Yeah.
A personal injury lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
we're
anybody
just
here specifically a personal injury lawyer?
shouting over?
Yeah.
There's like,
Oh, no, you don't need to stop.
Hold on. No,
Just
keep
when
going.
you
Keep
have
going. Just like
time,
going
if you have
in,
your
being like,
card. God. Okay, so going back to the guy in the corner,
Mhm.
did anyone address with you that there was going to be basically a cut corner?
One of the other guys basically just brought him along as a friend who had never been to a group thing before. So it was kind of addressed that he was just nervous and not really sure what was going on. Buddy, you can kind of figure out what's going on.
Come on, man. Yeah.
But I was like, why are you the scared one in this situation? I should be the scared one.
I think it's so crazy to imagine what that guy thought his night was going to go
Yeah.
as. Did he think like, oh, we're going to go to the bar? And then his buddy was like, hey, actually,
Hey, I just
first
got
we're
this
going to stop
text.
at
Yeah.
the gangbang house.
Quick
and you can
errand to
come in.
run.
And he's like, well, I don't want to sit in the car. And then you're like inside and you're like,
Just come watch.
I'm picturing this now as an I think you should leave sketch.
Yeah.
And do you think it's funnier if Tim Robinson is the guy in the corner or the guy or the friend trying to convince his friend to come and be the guy in the corner?
Ooh. My
My
first casting is Tim
I feel
Robinson
like-
convincing. And what's the
Really?
guy's
I feel like
name
he's in the
from
corner.
Detroiters?
Sam Robinson.
Sam.
Or
They're not married.
what?
Tim-
You're right.
What is this? Oh my God, I can't think of his name.
Sam Richardson.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like he would be in the cut corner clothed
Yeah.
with Tim Robinson trying to
But I
convince
can
him.
just see like Tim Robinson like in the haunted house sketch. He's just in the corner crying, like maybe and shouting out like his trying to like be
Yeah.
involved but not knowing.
I'm wondering, like, you ever, like, when you were, like, a shithead teenager and your friends are going to be like, we're all going to go jump, like, from this, we're going to go jump from this cliff
Yeah.
off this cliff into
Yeah.
this, like, body of water. And, like, it gets to be your turn and you're scared as shit. And everyone's like, come on, you could do it. And I'm, like, wondering, are they doing this with, like, Jimmy in the corner?
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
you can fuck her,
probably.
you can fuck her. And he's like, no,
It's like,
I
no,
don't want to.
I
I don't
can't
want to.
do it.
No, I
Yeah.
don't want
Do it.
to. Oh,
Yeah.
my back hurts. It's like fucking. It's been really fucked up lately. And you're like, no, it's not. Okay, so the weirdest part to me about this is staying fully clothed because it seems more awkward. Not a question, but
He didn't even have
Yeah.
his dick out.
that's
Everyone else is butt naked. And here's this guy, doesn't even have his dick out.
Oh,
The other man walked in and pretty much immediately got naked, which is amazing.
Okay, Okay,
like wrestlers like running into the ring, ripping, like Hulk Hogan.
Genuinely, as soon as she said that, I was like, oh my God, I just realized a new fear I have about group sex, which is I don't think I would know when to start undressing. And I would be overthinking it the whole time. I'd be like, should I wait for somebody to say something and be like, you can get undressed now?
And my boots are too tight. I'm like, can someone help me take my boot off, please?
Oh, God,
just really quick.
That's
Just
so
like,
fucking
can someone
funny.
just pull
It's
it,
like,
please?
and then you realize you have like really sweaty feet afterward. You're like, oh,
Where's the
sorry if
baby
my
powder?
feet smell. Sorry.
Yeah, ruining the vibe.
Easy to blame it on someone else for that.
That's so true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the other men walked in and pretty much immediately got naked. They all got there at different times too. The first guy who got there, not homeboy who was hosting, the first guy who got there, it was just him for a while. It was just me and him having sex.
So they start.
Oh, wow, they just start trickling in.
Yeah, they just start.
Wow,
It's like,
okay.
yeah,
Which I think is crazy. I would have waited till they had the quorum at least.
Yeah.
Frank was just kind of coming in out of the room because he was letting people into the apartment, offering them like, you want
Snacks. Frank was also still having some sex and then going to let people in. Like he was like, hey, gotta go dip out, get the door coat, like.
Oh, okay. Then coming back. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
Then at one point, the first guy she was having sex with, the first guy that Natalie was having sex with, was like, guys, I have to stop. I've been fucking her for 30 minutes. And I was like, oh, poor you. And everyone laughed. And I was like, wow, I'm the funniest one at the gangbang. That's the title. Kayla,
Yes.
Juliana, funniest one at the gangbang.
Yes.
But the guy, he clarified. He was like, no. I'm trying not to come, which, valid.
Valid. Okay,
Very much
Frank.
so. It does kind of suck. That's a lot of pressure to be the first person there, and you're like it's like being the first person at someone's birthday party, and you're bringing so much energy because you're like, I don't want you to
You're
think
trying
that
to
no
keep
one's
the ball in
coming
the air.
because they are coming, and then this is kind of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that he told everyone 8 and then one person showed up at like 8:05 and they were the only one, or it was
This
9?
is the thing.
Right?
Yeah, but I think that is genuinely a question is like, I do think it's kind of rude to show up late to the gangbang. Like now you're making
Really?
everybody have to stop and go open the door and like.
But like at a normal party where everyone's not immediately coming in, disarming and disrobing.
Right.
Mind if I disarm?
I'm going to disarm. I'm going to disrobe. It's also rude if the party starts at 8 to show up at like 7:59.
Yes.
Yeah,
You don't want to be early.
You don't
want
wanna
to
be-
Not even
No.
early, but just kind of
No.
like being exactly on time. If someone has to be the first person.
I do
It's
feel
not
like
gonna be
also
me.
with the gangbang, it's a little bit like, oh, you're a little overeager, even though it's kind of rude because it's like, yeah, of course you are. You're going to go fuck somebody and have a nice time. But it just, I would make sure I was a little late to that one.
Do you know what I would do? I'd be sitting in my car out front, and this is what I normally do. I sit in my car for gangbangs. No, but like for social events, I sit in my car, and then you wait until someone walks in, and then you can just speedily walk in with them.
So you're doing the penguin method of like nudging one penguin into the water to see if there's killer
Yes.
whales. You're
Yes.
so evil. That's mean. Or seals or whatever they are.
What?
Hey, it's fine.
I'm
what-
the person showing up right on time like an asshole.
I know, and
so-
I'm coming behind you.
So if this is like the Royal Rumble, and now this is my second wrestling reference I've made, and I haven't watched wrestling in like 30 years, but there's like different entrants come in at different times, and you want like strategically what's the best time to come into the Royal Rumble. At the end is better, but at the gangbang it's kind of the opposite.
I think you want to come second at the gangbang
You wanna
because
come
first could be a little bit overeager and or you're fucking for 30 minutes and you have a difficult job. I think second is really ideal.
Really. Okay, I want to be third. I think I would want to be third to the gangbang.
I do think it's funny that you say that you would be a little bit late and be sitting in your car because you would actually just be late because you had like lost your steering wheel.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
The things that happen to you that you're late for are just insane. Like,
I
you
know.
wouldn't be sitting out there prepared.
No, for this I would because I'd be so scared and stressed out, and I'd be texting you and I'd be like, I'm gonna shit my pants. I'm really scared.
And you would be like, I'm sweating so hard, but I think I have a new sweatshirt in the back of the car. Do you think it matters what I wear inside? And
Yeah,
I'd be
exactly.
like, no.
No, you take off as soon
Yeah,
as you
you
walk
take
in the
off
door.
the-
You
yeah.
just walk
Yeah,
in the
no
door.
problem. You're going to disrobe.
Yeah.
All right. So what are the logistics of the gangbang and who fucked when?
I got there first, and it was just Frank and me, and he had planned that on purpose so we could go to the store and pick up snacks and stuff. He's a great host.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't drink, of course not, but he had wine at his house, of course he did, and I had a glass of that. I didn't want to go crazy. And then some of the other guys brought more drinks and stuff. Afterward, when all the other guys left, I just stayed and had my tea and snacks.
That's sweet.
that is
BYOB
sweet.
at the gangbang, though. I did like that the other guys brought drinks.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned about other people's gangbangs experiences through this show is that the snacks and the like setting up the nice situation for afterward
Huge.
Huge.
Crucial.
If anybody out here is listening to this podcast to plan logistics for a gangbang, first of all, I can't recommend that, but I'm glad you're here. Just make sure that you have like a nice like landing spot for.
I feel like tea has been mentioned multiple times even.
And might I add, if
Herbal
you're
or
listening,
caffeinated?
if you want some tips and tricks, I feel like a nice heated blanket could be nice too.
Oh,
That could be really
that would
sweet
be
for afterwards.
lovely.
Yeah.
Imagine you just gangbanged and then
just
you get a
wrap
blanket
me
out of
right
the
up.
dryer even, you know? Slip right into that, get your little tea. What a nice night.
Yeah.
You can actually just do that without getting gangbanged though.
Well,
You know?
but it could be a fun addition. Yeah, I guess you can.
I forgot you can just like have a nice night whenever.
Well, it's hard.
Okay, so was there any focus on your pleasure during this? Not to imply that you wouldn't have had fun, but you know?
But we mean focused on her, right?
On her,
like
yeah.
we know this one guy was trying not to come, but was he trying not to come because he was trying to make her come, or was he trying not to come because, you know,
he's been fucking for 30 minutes.
Right.
Well, but like, right? I don't know if there's like a thing where if you're the first one to come at the gangbang, like, do you then like?
Do you go in the corner and get your clothes on?
Yeah, like do you got to switch with Jimmy over there?
Yeah.
and like
I do
You
feel
became
like
a corner cook.
there is also like a very male centric mindset of gangbangs in general. So it makes sense to ask her this. I just want to, you know, defend myself for asking.
I mean, right. They don't, as far as I'm aware, they don't make any gangbang pornography.
That's an interesting question where it's a bunch of women and one guy.
Yeah. They don't see
this like suck off circle.
I'm sure they do, but like that's not the most
you could just be
popular
doing
version.
pegged.
Yeah.
But you could also just be like sucking a guy off in a circle. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
We're gonna find out later tonight.
This episode is gonna come out, and I'm gonna get people hitting me up being like, "Dog, you don't even understand the porn they got now. They got."
I know.
Oh, yeah,
they're
they're
gonna be
getting
like,
funky
you
with it."
naive
Yeah.
dipshits. You
and they're
think
gonna send
there's not
links.
gangbangs for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
But so about
was
the
there
pleasure,
any focus on your
at
pleasure?
least one guy went down on me.
She doesn't remember. That's amazing.
At least one, yeah.
Honestly, I enjoy penetrations, plural, so that made it good. A lot of times, someone was fucking me while I was sucking dick.
Okay.
I definitely
classic.
enjoyed it myself.
Okay.
Did you ever find it overwhelming?
Not at all. Actually, when I had threesome with two guys, I felt like I had to be paying attention to both of them at all times, so no one felt left out, you know? The gangbang was actually better because there were so many guys that they knew that they would just be spectating at times.
Yeah.
It was almost easier in a way. Also, there was a time cutoff. Frank was like, I'm going to kick everyone out at this time. And I was like, perfect.
That is the best thing.
That
Frank
is really nice.
It's so beautiful.
Actually, I
He was
love
like
this dynamic.
snacks, tea.
Yeah.
You can have a glass of wine
And a hard out at
11:30.
Yeah. Okay.
So when the time came, was he like, time to start wrapping it up? If you haven't come in the next 10 minutes, that's your problem?
Yeah, 10-minute warning.
Literally. And I was like, thank you. Because I don't want to be held hostage here forever. That's for the federal Asian boyfriend.
Yes. Wow.
I think that's so nice of him to be like, hey, 10-minute warning, everyone, if you haven't come.
that is nice.
And then there's fucking Rodney in the corner.
That poor man.
Like,
I hope he's
fucking-
okay.
God
damn.
Getting in the car after that threesome with his friend
With
must
his
have been
friend.
just been like,
Yeah.
so
What are you saying? You're like, I really like what you did out there.
Yeah. You seem
So
to be
I saw
having
you
fun.
came a lot.
Yeah. And what was that guy's name? We tried to not talk about it. He seemed really cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna go to a car show next week together.
Yeah.
it's
We should
Yeah.
hang out with him. I liked him.
Oh yeah, we should invite him. Like
I didn't get to talk to him like it was a party. I wish I got the opportunity, but
gosh, yeah.
So you're all lawyers?
yeah.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
wow.
What about the one guy with his Glock on the table?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's so funny. Good Lord. Okay. Bucket list.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything you haven't done that you still want to do?
I started this as in my sex escapades a year and a few months ago. And I was like, I want to have a threesome, and then I did it. And then I was like, I want to go to a sex party, and then I went to a sex party. And then I was like, maybe I want more than two men, and then boom, the gangbang happened.
Whoa.
I don't even know what to put next on my list. Girl, put $1 million on your list.
Yeah. Manifestation queen.
I just say things and they seem to happen.
Whoa.
Putting the man in manifestation.
I need to hang out with her. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, girl, she just said more men.
She's awesome.
What is something that you've tried that you're either surprised you liked a lot or something that you tried and you were surprised you didn't like that much?
The threesome with 2 men was kind of both. It
Mm.
was very hot, but it was also like, I don't want to do this all the time. Even the first threesome I had never hooked up with a girl before, and he was a comedian, and I was not sure if I'd like it or not. But I liked it enough to continue doing it.
She's had so many threesomes since then. It's great that she was like, I got to try this out just to see,
Yeah.
get
but
on my
then-
apps. And then now she's like, let's just have some fun.
Yeah.
It's a real Goldilocks situation.
Yeah. She's like, let me see what's working, what's
The
not.
modern day Goldilocks. Yeah.
Too big, too clothed, too in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any icks?
The married guy I've been seeing the longest, I just call him Daddy.
Wow.
The one who's really good and really consistent in bed. He drives to my house, and while he drives, he takes his shoes off. Insane behavior. And when he arrives, he puts his shoes back on. That gives me the ick, but I like him so much that it's fine.
Wait.
So okay, let's walk through this.
Let's
He
take a
gets in
little
the
bit of
car.
walk.
Gets in the
Yeah.
car. Does he have socks on? Unclear.
I don't think I don't know. That's a good question.
Are they boat shoes? They sneakers? They boots?
What are we talking about?
Because if he's slipping off, like I'm just thinking, I don't own a pair of boat shoes. I don't quite understand how easy they are to slip
If
on.
I
and
saw
slip
you in
off.
Very
boat
easy.
shoes, I would call the police.
Yes.
I think
So-
you actually might enjoy them. I
Well,
really do.
I imagine that they're like kind of easy to slip.
They are. They're
Very easy, versatile, comfortable.
Yes. As opposed to like if this dude's wearing Doc Martens,
He's
Oh my God,
unlacing
yeah,
them.
yeah.
he's unlacing them.
Yeah.
He's got he's got
Yeah,
the same
pulling
problem
it
that you
off.
had at
At the
gangbang.
gangbang.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he takes his shoes off
takes his shoes off, and then he
Yes.
puts them back on when he gets there
with the door open, I imagine. Which
with
I've
the
done.
door open. Does he just
What? So he's
So,
standing there holding
like
his.
I don't
dumb
allow
shoes?
anyone to eat in my car.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if like this guy, but he doesn't make her take her shoes off.
No. I think he just drives barefoot
So he's more comfortable with. Have you ever tried to drive barefoot?
all the time.
Yeah.
Because women's shoes
nonstop.
are really hard to drive in often because they have
Yeah.
heels. So you have to.
Yeah.
It
And
feels
also,
weird.
there's like this big myth that driving barefoot's illegal in certain states. It's not illegal in any state. And I
Yeah.
get into it with people all the time about this, but it's not illegal in any state. You can drive barefoot.
Huh.
The Missouri in me knows that.
Oh my
but
God.
I do think it's so annoying to. It's not Nick, but it's so annoying to watch men put their shoes on. They take forever.
They're all like,
My
yeah,
God,
everything about it is horrible.
It's horrible. I don't
horrible.
know why.
I know.
Every time Dave's like, I gotta get my shoes on.
I'm like,
I
oh,
literally roll
fuck.
my eyes. I'm like, as if like the worst crime on earth is happening.
It sucks.
I'm like, ugh.
They take so long to lace up their do the little bow. They do.
Don't get me started.
Oh my God.
I don't know why it pisses me off because
The little
it's so
bow.
innocent.
Yeah.
I'm just like, get the fucking shoes on.
You guys, recently I was driving with no shoes on because my parents were like, I was home and they were like, go pick up this food. And I was like, okay.
And you
And I-
can't wear shoes.
Well, I was like, I didn't know that they have a drive-through. So I was like, I'm not putting shoes on. I'm staying in my pajamas, shoes off. I get there, the drive-through is fucking closed. And I was like, oh
So now you have to
my
go
God.
inside this
Did you go to a
establishment.
restaurant?
Yes.
The Jack in the
Kelsey,
Box.
Yes.
Drive home.
No.
I would've
went
driven-
barefoot. I went barefoot. And
Barefoot's
I just was like,
illegal. You like
Were you
crunched
hiding
your toes up?
They're hiding your feet.
I like became
You're
a
like, she's
ballerina.
not
I was like
barefoot,
on
she
my
has
toes. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I was trying to
See,
move my
Timmy,
feet a lot.
The ballet is useful for something.
Like, oh my God.
I was like trying to shuffle a lot so people wouldn't notice.
the people.
I would have people
Shuffling?
sitting down eating, and I had to like go
so
up.
embarrassing.
It sucked.
Yo.
Here's the one thing: I don't know if they saw me walk in. I do think that the patrons saw my bare feet out.
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
they
of
did.
course they saw your dogs bark. Jesus Christ. I would have either driven home or I would have gone to the closest CVS. Well, then you have to go inside the
No,
CVS.
it was yeah.
I
By
would.
the sandals,
I
by
don't-
the
I-
little
I just
flip-flops.
literally, I was like, you know what? I thought about driving home, but I was like, I'm just.
Was there a nail salon nearby? I would have gone and gotten like the little.
I just
little-
disassociated. Literally, everything dropped and melted out of my body, and I was like, okay. And I went in like a robot, and I just picked it up.
Right, but like, did you bleach your feet when you got home? Like, being out in public shoeless is like.
No, I wanted to throw up. I did not feel good about any part of it. I was just like, it is what it is.
I had a roommate. This was
I can't wait to find out
No, but-
what they did.
no, but he used to walk around Los Angeles shoeless.
No,
And this is the same guy who's like very into like Burning Man and shit. It made a lot
I
more
I know
money.
who this is.
Yeah.
I know who this is.
And he used to just like, he when I moved
No.
out of his house, and if he's listening, I love you dearly, but I have fucking told you again and again this is insane behavior. But he lived like about a mile away from me, and he would walk down Figueroa
No.
Shoeless.
Ew.
The dirt factor is gross already. Like that, you can just put that on the tab. But the like glass and
Yes.
like just danger factor of why are you doing that? Back to Daddy who takes his shoes off.
Right. We've been
Why
going for so long.
Do you call him Daddy all the time?
To him, only in bed or while we're sexting. But that's how I refer to him to my friends. Like, oh, Daddy's coming over. I just needed nicknames for them. Because you can't like be like, that's Jimmy.
No.
You can't be like, that's Jimmy. That's Corner Cuck Man.
Yeah. I do understand nicknames completely because like you and I have a lot of nicknames because if we didn't, like the number of like Zachs that you've dated is out of control.
I just learned about Plane Crash Guy.
Yeah.
We have a lot of nicknames for a lot of different men.
Oh, so many.
So many. Keebler elves, Leprechaun, Anemic Guy.
Puffs commercial. Anemic. Well, that's the nice version.
That's the nice version. There's a mean version, unfortunately. Really mean version. We'll tell you when you're older. Oh, Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, the Whimper. Yeah. Whimper Guy.
The Whale Eye.
The Whale Eye?
Oh my God, I blocked that out, Sophia.
The Whale Eye?
Go ahead and tell... in bed,
it's
apparently.
So in bed, he was like having sex with me, and then he was on top. And then I was just like not really looking at him. And then all of a sudden I look over and there's just like one eye like on me. His like, I don't even know just how
his
he had like turned, but his eye was just like on me like that. But this is like all I could see. It looked like a whale eye looking at me. It's like I told Sophia, I was like, he had a whale eye.
Did it out
I
so
was
much.
like, please, like I have to show you.
There was more acting out than even needed to be.
Sometimes, Party did it one time. I was like, that is exactly what whale eye looks like.
You party your
my dog.
Party your
She
dog.
looks at my dog and she's like, that's what he was doing in bed. And I'm like, my innocent dog, who's a virgin, by the way.
It's so hard to explain.
Who's also, by the way, probably like licking her asshole or something.
Oh, constantly. She literally is always
while looking with one eye. And I was like, that's whale eye. That is whale eye.
Anyway.
Oh, it sucked.
So I get the nicknames, but I don't think I could ever call someone Daddy to my friends.
Really?
No, I couldn't be like, oh, I'm going to go, like, Daddy's coming over. It honestly felt bad. That kind of gave me heartburn. I'm sorry. I really support Natalie, and I don't
love
even
the
mind.
Confidence of it.
It is kind of cool in that way, but more to him than to my friends.
I'm going to start calling everybody Daddy.
I think that you can get away with calling a guy that you're hooking up with Daddy way easier than I could have called that woman who was 10 years older than me Mommy to my friends.
This is one of the only double standards that doesn't work in men's favor, I guess. But, you know, whatever. They can.
I mean, I've never had an issue with this.
But, like, I'm just saying, like, I guess that, like,
I never called a woman Mommy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess this is maybe judgmental of me, but I do feel like Mommy is kind of like, ooh. But Daddy, I'm like, oh, whatever.
People call me that and MILF all the time. I'm like,
people call you MILF?
Can I tell you one of my
kids.
biggest
I don't
pet
have kids.
peeves? And this is so stupid of me, is
What?
there's so much porn that's labeled MILF just because a woman has big boobs. And I'm like, she's 22. She's not a MILF. She just has big boobs.
Yeah. I don't even think it's about that. One time I just like got a haircut and they were like, MILF. I was like, okay.
Who called you that?
People online, people I've dated. Like, it's so frequent. People call me Mommy.
People online are calling you MILF?
Yes. People are DMing me, calling me MILF.
That's really upsetting.
Yes, or Mommy. I get it a lot. Like, I honestly
Mommy?
think it's
But you
more
said
common.
people online?
People online, but in person
okay,
too.
I wasn't sure if you said online or inline, like, you know.
Like you're waiting at the store and they're like, hey, MILF. Next, MILF.
No.
Barefoot MILF's here.
Yeah.
Orders up.
Yeah, exactly. No. Yeah. I'm getting MILF and Mommy all the time.
I've never gotten.
Am I getting it?
How about you relate?
Anybody call you MILF?
No, not lately. You know, that's
okay. That's your personalized license plate on your car.
Yeah, we'll bring it back. HR off.
Yeah, don't worry. God, change your name on Slack to MILF and see how long it takes HR to comment.
See what happens.
HR, you shouldn't have been listening.
Yeah.
All right. So who, in Natalie, in your situation, who brought up the daddy kink originally?
Oh, him. Of course, him.
Oh.
I would never just call a man daddy unprompted. It gives daddy issues. And I don't have daddy issues. My friends are like, Natalie, your dad doesn't deserve for you to be acting like this. But I don't call my dad daddy or anything like that. So that helps. It's not about being a father or anything to me. It's about the control aspect of this. He told me, you can call me daddy or sir. And sir just feels so formal.
Yeah.
I couldn't do, yes, sir.
No.
That feels like I'm in the
No, sir.
military.
Yeah,
like it's like a
that's-
sergeant. Like,
Yeah.
I have a job. I'm at work. I guess the other one's with your dad. So
Does
it's
he have
not good.
daddy issues too? Is that part of it? Or we're saying she doesn't have daddy
She
issues.
said she doesn't have daddy issues. She was like, and I'm not thinking about my father in this. I'm just like, oh, it's a control. Like it's like who's in charge. Like it's a dominant thing. It's not like I'm your daughter.
Ugh, come on.
All right. So is there any theme to your sex life that comes up a lot that you think that we haven't talked about?
I do have to say again, the "Are you ready to eat pussy" line was something I didn't want to read, and now we're at the very end, and I've actually found something worse than that.
Worse.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
Sorry.
Almost every single guy I'm with has a breeding kink. I'm not into it, but I am into it. They're like, "I'm gonna breed you," and I'm like, "I have an IUD, so good luck with that."
That's so true. That's so true.
You're like, yes, that is my experience. It's also like a bunch of married guys. Some of them apparently have kids too.
Yeah,
And they're trying to breed.
Yeah, why would
The married men
anybody-
are trying to breed.
I guess that's what I don't understand, why anyone with a family would have a breeding kink.
Yeah, now that you have a 2-year-old, hasn't that killed it?
Yeah,
Like-
Wait,
right?
yeah.
You're
Right?
like,
Like the best form of birth control is to watch other people with.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In this
Right.
Like a
situation,
3-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe he does.
Maybe.
Like, like it's actual.
I
Not
mean,
just he
if
wants
they
to get
know that
pregnant
she's
for
not
real.
going to get pregnant, obviously it's just like, it's fake, It's like,
Mhm.
oh, thank God, there's no toddlers coming from this one.
Yeah. That's
I
so
don't know.
funny. I've said something very similar, actually.
That, like,
Someone
all-
said, no, someone was like, I'm going to get you pregnant. I was like, well, okay, I guess, but like, I have an IUD, so no, you're not.
Yeah, this shit's on lockdown.
I like made it so unsexy real quick. I was like, yeah, but no, you're not.
Not happening.
Yeah, sorry, bub.
Yeah, I was like, what's the theme? And she's just like, breeding kink. Like, yeah.
Wow, it is.
I think it's really
off.
cool that she has 5 married boyfriends.
I do
It's
too.
so wild.
Justin, how did you feel about playing Natalie today?
I mean, I think Natalie is. And unlike most guests, I can speak. I've had to read every single one of these scripts and intently process every single word of them. And I think Natalie is one of the most fun, uninhibited people that we've had on the show.
Totally.
Or their stories on the show. And I really enjoyed it. If I were maybe like a little bit younger, I'd say that maybe I could learn a couple things, but I'm in a relationship. We're not on field. We're
You're not
not
looking for a married man?
looking for
You're not.
certainly not 5.
But you can take the spirit of it with you. You can learn from like you can carry the spirit within you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like, is there?
You're adding more more inhibition on.
Yeah.
You're like, actually, I want to be more inhibited.
No, I mean, there's a
There's a freeness about her.
there's a freeness
Yes.
about her, and I admire it. And
Yeah.
it's like,
I do think
So
it's cool.
fun.
I did talk to her about like how often she's seeing these guys and how often she's talking to them, because it goes back to what you said about the like how many people at a time could you deal with? And she sees most of them at least once a month, often once a week for some of the guys. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's a lot.
That's so much.
I feel like that age, and you're roughly this age.
Roughly.
So she's 29. You're exactly her
I'm
age.
29.
You're 29.
Pretty
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah. I'm about to be 30.
When?
June 6th. Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
She's
So we got to
excited
plan my party.
She's a Gemini.
Okay, I'm a Gemini.
Yeah.
Wow. Somebody dated a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, he's had a lot of
God.
girlfriends. He knew Gemini
Wow.
right away. That's
Wait,
a
do you
whore.
like Geminis?
Yeah, I
You feel like you
actually-
get
I
along
have,
with
I,
us?
I have an ex-girlfriend whose birthday is June 6th.
Wow.
Whoa.
I think Natalie's wonderful. And I
She's
think,
awesome. She was so much fun to talk
Yeah.
to.
yeah,
Yeah, she's having a great time. She doesn't seem like I was asking her about if she had any exes and stuff, and she was like, I mean, I dated a guy for 8 months, but like, I don't really like, I love being single. And I was like, God, you're having fun with it. You're doing it right.
Natalie, you're awesome. Let's be friends. We're the same age.
Natalie, I hope you're okay with me reading this instead of like
She asked for you.
she asked for me.
Yeah, she specifically was
see,
like,
it was part
She's
of the
like,
plan.
can you get me one of those older guys?
yeah, she was like, hey,
Yeah.
Older guys,
even
like-
older.
Prehistoric.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Number up.
Yeah.
You're
More.
me.
More.
Come on. They're not-
Are you 40? You are 40, right? Are we not allowed to say that?
I-
On air?
we're
Bleep
allowed,
this.
we're
Okay,
allowed
okay,
to say
okay.
this, yes.
Okay.
We're allowed to say this, and I am.
On air, are
4
we
and
allowed
0.
Just all the things I
does
just said.
HR know that you're 40?
Are you comfortable saying that? I
Wow.
like the number 40. Okay.
We'll have to say cuck at work, but not admit my age.
Yeah. Well,
It would be very
It's more
on
common
brand for
than
me, to
you'd
be
think.
honest.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
fair. That is fair. If you're just keeping it quiet.
Did you guys enjoy having me on the show?
We loved it.
Justin, you wouldn't fucking believe.
Justin,
this
we're
was
so
the ride of a
happy.
lifetime.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry for our guests that did get in a minor car accident.
Yes,
It was fine.
They'll be back.
But
Yeah.
I am very happy for us. Thanks, HR, for not listening. And if you would like to share your business, email us at noneofmybusinesspodcast@gmail.com and just let us know that you want to share your business, and I will interview you and ask you all kinds of questions about gangbangs.
Love ya.
If you're interested in us sharing your business anonymously on our next episode or just want to drop us a line, email us at noneofmybusinesspodcast@gmail.com. None of My Business is hosted by me, Sophia Benoit, and my co-host, Kelsey June Jensen. Our supervising producer is Justin Sayles. Additional production by Sasha Ashal, Austin Gale, and Juliana Ress. Video editing and production by Kayla Talley. Social media support comes from Austin Gale, Kayla Talley, and Sasha Ashal. Special thanks go to Jonathan Ratliff, Hannah Lakin, John Richter, Belle Roman, and Alea Zanires. Art direction by David Shoemaker. Motion design by Skull Closet Studio. Photography by Kyle Smithers. Hair by Issa Wilson. If you enjoyed today's show, like and subscribe, follow, or leave us a 5-star review. If you didn't like today's episode, well, that's none of our business.